On Thursday, March 14th, we're going to begin the public safety meeting. Can we have roll call, please, Melanie?
Alderperson Hoggett excused.
Yes.
Alderperson Banzel.
Here.
Alderperson Yaku.
Here. Okay, first thing on the agenda is, do we have an approval for the minutes of last meeting?
Approve.
I'll second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Next is parking. Is consider request to install two 15-minute parking spaces on Locust between 2nd and 1st.
Mr. Brander is here, David. I think he wants to come up and talk about the issue. He is the owner of Freestyle Yogurt who's making the request.
Okay.
You want to come up to the podium there? Yep.
It's pretty formal.
Oh, yeah.
Especially for a guy who has a business called Freestyle.
Right? That's
nervous.
funny.
It's my first ever appearance at a government.
Well, and you're on TV, so smile.
We're on TV, watch this.
All right. Well, thanks for taking a few moments to, I guess, consider my request. I understand parking spaces are like gold in downtown Hudson, but I'm asking if it would be possible to maybe get one, if not two, 15-minute spots between 1st and 2nd. We have a large percentage of our customers who come in, they grab and they go. They're in and out in 5 to 7 minutes. And the one complaint we've had about our location downtown has been parking, which is part of the decision to locate the business there. I knew it going into it, but it would be extremely helpful to, I guess, the success of my business and the customer experience if we could at least maybe get one, if not two, 15-minute spots. So that really is, I guess, all I have to say on the matter.
Who wants to talk first?
I guess I can. I certainly appreciate your situation, David, and the only thing I have to say is that situation existed before you put your business there, and before you put your business there, you didn't request that as part of putting your business in downtown Hudson, even though it was a known situation. There are cost factors involved in this. The cost to the city is the loss of revenue on the meters. I don't have that number in front of me, but it is 2 meters loss of revenue for the year on an annual basis. In addition to that, while we may help your business, and I have no opposition to helping your business, I don't want to hurt the other downtown businesses. And in effect, that's what we're going to be doing, because those businesses have been there for years with those parking spaces available for people to come and go to their businesses. So if we take that away, we're taking that away from other businesses. So we're trading in favor of you and against other businesses. And I can't do that. I mean, I personally can't do that. And those are the two reasons I wouldn't be able to do that. I'd love to do it, but as you said, parking is at a premium in downtown Hudson, and it does have an impact on us, and it has an impact on other businesses. If the other businesses, if you want to go to the other businesses in downtown Hudson and have them come and say they don't mind you taking away those spaces, I might be willing to change my mind. I mean, if you want to talk to the businesses and say, look, guys, we're taking away parking spaces down here, and if you're okay with that, would you support me at the city council? If I had that support from the other businesses, I might change my mind.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, that's it.
Okay, to piggyback on that, we just had a request at the last meeting on Locust Street as well for two 15-minute spots up farther between 2nd and 3rd, in which we denied.
Are there not two there already with Mickelson's?
No, those are for Mickelson's, yes. They asked for 2 more.
Okay, on that side.
Those are for Mickelson's for the,
They're not for Mickelson's.
no, they're not for Mickelson's. They're for the street.
Right.
Yeah. And we actually suggested moving those, splitting those up down Locust a little more, and the business owners that requested that called me the next day and said, don't split them up. Leave them where they are. So we didn't. So we left them the way they were. But, yeah, I mean, the problem with this 15-minute parking downtown is a trickle-down theory. Everybody wants it. Everybody wants a 15-minute parking in front of their place. And we can't do that. And the other problem is patrolling and enforcement, because it's not. No, you guys don't have time at night to be enforcing 15-minute parking spots. So that would be the other, difficulty of it. I know we've let some through in the past, but it did not go without lengthy discussion, and I don't think it was the most popular idea at the time. But I think we're just kind of tightening our belts, especially with everything being so limited right now. And other businesses have asked, and you can't. I'm just not going going to say yes to one and no to the other, which is kind of, so,
And I wasn't on the council when they put those other 10-minute parking spots in and those 15-minute spots, so I didn't get to vote on that.
Okay.
we only put one in since I, all right. So, yeah, so I apologize, but do you have a motion you'd want to,
I would like to deny the, motion to deny the request.
and I'll second that. All those in favor? Aye. Thank you,
Sorry.
David, sorry.
Thank you. It was worth a shot. Thanks, guys.
All right.
All right, so, consider request to conduct Dash for Dads 5K foot race on Saturday, June 15th, 2013, beginning and ending at Prospect Park. Apparently, we're in 3013 on my agenda, so that's why.
3013?
Yeah, that's what it says on my agenda.
Wow.
So is somebody here from Dash for Dads?
No, they couldn't be here today, so,
Okay.
I believe this is the third year of the event. It has not been an issue. They do hire a off-duty officer to take care of the intersection of 7th and Laurel.
It's the same route, right?
It's exact same route. It's nothing's changed, so.
I want to move for approval.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, consider request to conduct Willow River Fun Run Walk on Saturday, May 4th, 2013, beginning and ending at Willow River Elementary School.
Hi, I'm Roger. I'm a volunteer for the Willow River Walk Run, and this is our 4th annual, and we haven't had any problems. We have an officer secured to facilitate crossing 2nd Street. The whole event maybe lasts 2 hours, 2.5 hours at the most, and it's on May 4th.
Again, it's the
Same route as
route
last
again,
year.
right? Yeah.
Unless the river causes some issues with flooding, but as of now, we don't, you can't really tell where that river is going to be. So,
I don't think, May, you're going to be safe this year.
yeah, well, it's hard to say.
I'm putting bets, anyone?
It's
So yeah, this is the same route as last year.
everything is
If the
basically.
river does seem to crest, I'm sure
If
that-
the river did crest, I will resubmit a plan as what we're going to do. But generally, what we would do is just instead of going along the river, we'd move it up to the sidewalk on the
Right.
west-facing side of First Street.
Right, as long as Marty sees that and is okay with it.
So that's what it would be, and I just don't, I don't see it as being a problem.
And this event hasn't been an issue either.
All right, I'll move for approval.
I'll second.
Favor?
Aye.
All right, thank you for your time.
Thank you. Locust Street Car Show, Mr. Knoke, you're up. I'm sorry, that'll be the months of May through September, the second Friday,
2013.
from 5:30 to 9.
Oh, I gotta get my glasses.
Give you your little advertisement there.
All right, just requesting, I think this is the 6th year for the car show. Again, requesting the same, 2nd Street to 3rd Street, 5:30 to 9, block it off. I submitted the information I think you guys are looking for about what I needed, barricades and things like that.
Do you keep the barricades still by you?
Yeah, they keep it down under the nutrition store
Yeah.
there now.
Okay.
Probably the big thing this year is a little different, or I made clear we have 2 new people on Locust Street,
Yes.
the restaurant and Locust Street Market. Didn't know how they would feel, but they were both for it. I know that parking isn't very much an issue, and some second Fridays of the month, it's not a very big crowd. But I do know, talking to the people who come with their car, if we had a restaurant on the street, they would come more often and more people would show up. Because they like to park their car and then they go eat right on that same street or sit on a patio. So I think we'll have a bigger crowd for that. I do know, when I talking to the La Poste people, I made it clear, usually the one in May is a full street, and then depending on what's going on, it gets a little lighter. And if it's too light and you just want me to say, you're taking up too much of my parking space, it's easy to cancel because it's pretty just much me that does it.
If I were them, I'd sell pizza on the street.
But hopefully it goes over well with the restaurant. The Locust Street Market people they're planning to stay open later. So I think I think it's going to be better.
Yeah.
Hopefully it is.
That's good advertisement for them too to have.
Yeah, I think it is too. They're going to help me advertise and do some stuff. So I think it's going to go over better.
Good. We've done this, like you said, 6 years.
I think it's 6 years.
It's cut and dry still. I mean, you know the rules.
I just
so-
like flight of the radar, no cops.
Yeah, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Did we have a
Thank
motion? We didn't have a motion, did we?
Did we have an
Oh,
motion?
I'm sorry, the motion to approve, I will move to approve.
I'll second. Oh,
Okay, all those in
Thank you.
favor? Aye.
She's trying, Marty.
One of those
Oh, she
days, consider request to conduct the YMCA Youth Triathlon on Saturday, June 8th, 2013, beginning and ending at the YMCA. Somebody here for that? Because, sorry, I usually introduce myself before, but I was late today. So.
I'm Susan Moody, and I'm the president of Try to Change the World, which is a youth fitness organization in Hudson, and we're partnering with the YMCA to host a youth triathlon for ages 6 to 15.
Okay. Marty, you have anything on this?
I've looked at the routes. I haven't really seen any issues with them. They're going to be staying mostly on the sidewalks, the walking path area.
Right.
The only time they're going to cross any streets would be at a four-way controlled intersection at Grandview Drive. I don't see a problem with this event.
Do we need
Present
someone
time.
staffed there, even though it's four-way control?
I think if they have a volunteer, especially at a four-way stop like that, I think that would work better.
Okay.
There's no need to have a police officer there for that.
We have the intent to have 35 adult volunteers on the course.
Water stations and stuff like that?
Yes.
No, I've talked to Ms. Moody several times, and looking at her routes, I don't see an issue with this at all.
Okay,
I'll move to approve.
I'll second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Good, good luck
Thanks,
with
y'all.
it.
Thank you.
All right, moving on. Consider request for the Great River Rumble participants to camp at Picnic Point on Thursday, August 1st, 2013. Do we have someone here for that? Aye.
Hi, my name's Pete Kuhn, and I'm representing the Great River Rumble. Met with the City Council on Tuesday for a request. Do you guys have the letter that I gave them? A copy of the request letter?
Was that the one for,
It was describing...
did it go to the park board?
Yes.
Is that where it went? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, no, we don't have
Right.
that.
I think we have it on the back, don't we?
I think if you
Well,
go, is that
This is the
the,
same as what's on the back
It's on the back
here?
of this.
It may be. Let's see, I have a...
Midwest River Expedition request to use Picnic Lakefront Park?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
then
I
yeah.
believe so, for August 1st.
Yep.
Yep, that would be it. Yes, and they gave me their approval. And then I got a email from Marty Jensen saying I should come to this meeting, make sure I get your approval also.
correct.
I can tell you a little about the group and so on. We're not going to bring a bunch of cars. We usually have about 120 to 130 people. This year we are paddling, this is the 16th year that this group has gone. It's a full week. It's canoeists and kayakers. And this year we're going from Grantsburg, Wisconsin. We're going to be finishing up in Red Wing, Minnesota.
Did you try and come last year, but there was a bad weather?
No, last year.
Or 2 years ago?
I think 2 years ago there was a different group.
Okay.
Something.
Yeah, different group that came through.
But it's the same concept? Or similar? Or
A
completely-
little different. This is just a annual week-long trip, and we just do different sections of the Mississippi River.
Okay.
So we have gone as far south as St. Louis and started as far north as St. Cloud.
Okay.
And what we'll have is about 8 to 10 vehicles and one medium-sized U-Haul truck that would bring everybody's tents and camping gear. Would probably be arriving around anywhere from 1 to 4 p.m. on Thursday and stay the night. And then by 9 o'clock the next morning, we would be on the water. And we have our ground crew, which would be consisting of the people driving those vehicles, would also make a final sweep of the area, picking up any debris or anything that shouldn't be around, making sure the area is in top shape. We also are kind of self-supporting in the fact that we will have 6 porta pots delivered Thursday around noon, so for our use. And
Where would those go?
well, probably near or until I get everything settled, and that's something I can discuss with you in a future date, but somewhere near the camping area. Now, I know they have the 2 bathrooms there, but since we have more than 20 or 30 people, we like to make sure that we're not going to flood out the city's utilities or anything like that. So they'll be dropped off wherever. If you have a specific spot you'd like us to put them, we can do that. But somewhere near where we're going to be camping for easy access. And then by about noon the next day on Friday, they would be picked up.
Yeah, I think it would be good if you could coordinate that with Tom.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
can definitely
if you could
do
that. 'Cause
Julie,
that's the only thing that concerns me is the porta potties.
The
Yep.
only other thing is the proof of insurance. Has Tom seen the proof of insurance?
The proof of insurance is usually issued about 30 days before the event.
Okay, so,
And yes, we can supply that.
Okay.
Everybody signs waivers. We'll have about, it'll be 3 or 4 power boats that we have, and those usually are kind of on the outside of the flotilla for mainly safety, extra water, and they also carry the medical, any gear that we need.
Dave, do you have any?
The only question I got here on this whole thing here is, Pete, what about cooking and or campfires, charcoal grills, anything along those lines?
No. What we will do is, since we're close enough to town, dinner will be on their own schedule to use the local restaurants and so on. For breakfast, we usually have that around 6:30 because we have an 18-mile day, I believe, on Friday. And what I try to do is we will have either the Lions Club, Boy Scout, Girl Scout, one of the local clubs or groups either do a pancake breakfast, something of that nature. And we are a non-profit organization, so what we do is I try to fix a price, say $6 or $7 per person, and I'm the lucky one who gets to sit in front of the line and take everybody's money, put a hash mark down when they go through, and at the end of breakfast, whatever I take in goes directly to that club.
Yeah, that whole area is not designed for any kind of campfires or anything
Right.
along those lines.
No
so,
campfires, that's fine.
even the portable fire pits and portable fire rings and stuff, we'd have to say no.
That's fine. We don't bring any of those type of things along.
Okay, very good.
well, I'll move to approve on the condition that we see the final insurance, proof of insurance, and that he works with Julie on the porta potties. where they're
I will
gonna
do
be.
that.
So those are the 2 contingencies.
I'll second that. Do you have any concerns?
No.
All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Consider request to conduct the Riverfront 5K, 10K run on Saturday, September 14th, 2013, beginning and ending at the Riverfront Athletic Club. Hi. I knew you guys were up for that. I don't know what gave it away.
I'm Paula Lassard.
I'm Mariah Fisher.
We met with Chief Jensen about 2 weeks ago because I submitted a first proposal. This is a first-time thing for us to have a race, so we wanted him to review the route. So we did make some changes, so there would just be one crossing of 2nd Street at St. Croix. And then we would have hire an officer to be there, and then volunteers at the points that we marked out on the map, and water stations also.
Are you okay with 2nd and St. Croix?
Yeah, in fact, that was what I recommended to them. But if their first route was they were going to cross 2nd Street at St. Croix and then come back and cross at Vine and come back down through downtown, and I said that would way too much of a safety hazard. So we worked with a route to go down St. Croix Street, go through the neighborhoods, and then come back down it again. That's a more focal point that we can control traffic at.
Okay. Any other concerns then, or everything?
No, it would be a route similar to what the triathlon runs for the most
Yeah.
part from Badger or Final Stretch. So other than the one that going through the neighborhood, obviously the 5K is a little bit different, but the only thing I recommended they do is they are going to be running out into the county, that they notify the sheriff's office and let them know that you're going to be doing that as well. So otherwise, I don't see an issue. This is the first time for this event, so. But again, taking a look at the map, and you're not expecting more than maybe 200 or 300.
Yeah, that's our goal.
That's our goal. Yeah, we
It's a
don't
goal.
know.
At 6:30 in the morning. I mean, that's light traffic on a Saturday.
Oh, on a Saturday morning, yeah.
Yeah, so as long as you check with the sheriff's department and all that, like as Marty's, you just have to let them know you're doing it.
Okay.
Essentially, probably.
Yep.
So I'll make an approval based on the new map or I'll make a motion to approve based on the new map.
I'll second.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Consider request to conduct Walk MS on Sunday, May 5th, 2013, beginning and ending at the Hudson Middle School. This is a day for walks. Okay, you're on.
Hi there, my name is Jen Dietzler. This is my third year as the volunteer coordinator. Last year we had approximately 350 walkers and raised about $55,000 to find a cure for MS. This will be our 5th annual walk. It's a fun family event. The route is the same as last year, and this is MS Awareness Week, and orange is the color for MS, so that's why I'm decked out in orange.
Well, like you said, we've been doing this,
This has been quite a while, and,
Yeah.
and it gets bigger and bigger every year, but there has not been
and the
any
route
issues.
stays the same.
Yep, has not been any issues.
It's kind of a formality that you have to come through, it feels like.
No traffic control issues, Mark?
No. Like I said, it's a walk, so they cross at all crossing guard locations.
Okay.
Yeah, and they got water stations out, volunteers all over the place guiding everybody, so.
I'll make a motion for approval.
Second?
In favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Consider request to conduct Ragnar Relay Race on Friday and Saturday, August 16th and 17th, using Lakefront Park as an exchange point. Is there someone here for that? No.
No, she can't make it here this evening. I believe this is the 6th year of this race, 5th or 6th year. It's a long distance endurance race. They come from the south and they go through Lakefront Park, where they exchange racers, and then they continue on through North Hudson. Most times they're here midnight, 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, and then they're out of town, and they have not been an issue at all. There's been no noise complaints that I'm aware of or anything else. They come to the park, they exchange, and then they go off down the road. They do wear traffic vests when they're out and riding around. There's volunteers checking on them at all times too. So
I'll move to approve.
Second? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Consider firehouse sprinkler system bids. Jim?
Move
We
to
did
deny.
put,
No.
what's that?
An eye already?
Yeah, moving
Fine.
whatever, fine enough. We did put out the bid, or get the specs developed and put out for bids, the fire sprinkler system and alarm system for the public safety building. I feel we got some good prices back. There's $44,000 left in that fund, and the low bidder came in at $33,700. As you can see, I had some kind of issues or whatever that came up in Viking Sprinkler, had the low bid, had some things that concerned me, and I did get clarification from Viking as to what angle they were coming at. I do have a meeting with them tomorrow that further iron out some more of these things that are hanging by doing a flow test. We'll know if we need to have a solenoid valve, or if we need to have a fire pump, or if we got to increase the line size and that kind of thing. But by the folks that had developed the spec, they didn't think we needed it, but now this is a different vendor. The low bidder is a different vendor, so they might be looking at a different angle or whatever, and I need to iron out that last bit of detail.
The 10% contingency
I already,
That's 10% of the bid price?
right, exactly. I already know what's not included is that, is the connection from either the phone or the cable or whatever to the alarm system. That's not in there. I'll have to make that connection.
You basically want approval, if we do approval, you want it basically for like $37,000 or $38,000.
Well, yeah, just another 33, if they have to add a sprinkler head, he put up in here, there's glass,
Yeah.
and sometimes they require a sprinkler in front of the glass.
Yeah.
So if I,
But that'll cover that? approval?
yeah, that'll cover some contingency stuff that may come up without coming back to the council. They're minor things. I mean, if it's something major, obviously.
Well, I mean, you're budgeted for it. I just wanted to make
Right.
sure that, that your Ts are crossed and Is are dotted
Right.
with the 10%. So, I mean, that, I don't have
I'm just taking
problem with that. It's in the
I'm just
budget.
taking a
Yeah.
guess at 10%, but.
Right, that's why I'm,
And I'll have it, I'll have the big ticket items ironed out tomorrow for sure with the flow test. I'll know if there's gonna be something else before I hit the council.
well, why don't we just,
Approve it at 38,000?
well, I was kind of thinking approving it at 40 just in case. Why have to come back and forth? If he doesn't spend it, he's,
Right.
not going to use it. It's allocated for the, no?
Yeah.
You don't like that idea?
No, that's fine.
You tell me you don't like it.
I'm okay with it.
Okay.
That's fine.
So,
It's in the budget,
yeah, it's in the budget and it's still 4,000 under what he has left in his budget. And I'm assuming that you're probably only, you're usually pretty accurate, so I'm sure it won't be much more than 10% anyways. if you're-
No, I'm just trying to make a contingency without having to come
Right,
back
and I just want to give you the leeway that if you need to
Right.
make a decision on a sprinkler head, you don't need to wait a
Right.
month and figure it out. So,
Right.
especially since we don't want a fire in there again. So I'll move to approve the bid from Viking Automatic Sprinkler Company at the bid price of $33,700 with an extra $6,300 for contingency money for Jim in case he needed add-ons.
I'll second.
All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. What?
Nothing.
Budgeted for.
Awful nervous, aren't you?
Me? Not nervous. Tired. Painting all day. Okay.
The truck issue on Grandview.
Oh, yes,
I
discuss
did
delivery
talk to
truck
one of the
traffic.
residents on Grandview who filed, or talked to me about this, and he said that he has not recently seen trucks early in the morning. So that's just one of the persons who talked to me out of the.
After you brought this up at the end of the last meeting, I went and talked to Principal Love up at the high school in regards to your concerns, and they had been telling their contractors to come in through the front of the school. That's what they've been telling them, especially the ones that come early in the morning.
Okay.
So they did send out another letter to their delivery contracts, mostly it's food, and let them know, please don't go down the city streets, come in through the front entranceway. And I think that's probably what's ended up happening right now. What'll end up happening from time to time is delivery drivers will change and they'll go a different route. So, but the school they were more than willing to notify their delivery people not to go down the city streets. So.
Yeah, and as of that one person talking to me again, he said he hasn't seen it recently, so he doesn't have a problem right now with it.
So you want to just leave it stand
Yeah, why
until
don't
it
we just
becomes
leave
an
it the way it
issue?
is, and if it stays that way, we don't have to do anything about it.
Good.
Yeah.
All right, moving on then. Consider fireworks sellers permit for Fleet Farm and Menards.
These are just
thing.
standards that need to come through the Public Safety Committee for approval.
Yeah, I'll move for approval every year. So,
I'll second.
all those in favor?
Aye.
There will be more coming, obviously.
Yes.
We do this every year, right?
Yep.
Yes, we do.
But usually what ends up happening is that they come at the last minute and we can't get them on public safety, so they end up going in front of the whole council.
Yeah, these are just what they sell in the store. They're
Yeah.
the smaller
The little ones.
Drug paraphernalia ones, yeah.
The ones that don't go up in the air and go boom.
No.
So, okay, EMS, Fire Department, Police Department updates. EMS couldn't make it tonight, so we'll go with Fire Department first.
Just talk about training, Mavis a bit. Next Thursday night, there'll be a training in River Falls on building the boxcars. All the departments have made their first draft for structure fires. But then after they did it, they all had questions as to, is this right? Or, are there some considerations that other folks have went through, and maybe we could learn from them. So we're going to take on that training next Thursday, and hopefully, but things are moving, just moving slow.
Well, you expected that, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, but it's a little slower than you thought.
Well, yeah, because they had some leadership change through the summer months, and then like last summer they didn't meet. So
yeah. All right. Do
but
you have
it
anything?
is moving.
Dave, you have anything?
The only thing I'd like to just encourage, since we're on the air here, the public as they come back from their winter vacations. People are returning now to the fine upper Midwest area here after wintering in the warm climes. We've had some alarm issues with like CO detectors and battery-operated smoke alarms since they've been sitting at these houses when the people have gone down south, so it's a few months down the road. I encourage them all at this point to, again, check them, check the batteries in them, replace the batteries, so we don't have false alarms from those, because they've been sitting there now for a few months and they've been down south. And also, we just had last weekend, we changed our clocks. Spring ahead. I think spring is coming at some point in time. We always encourage them also then to change the batteries in their smoke detectors and CO alarms as they change the clock. So it's a normal thing that comes with change of season.
Thank you. Marty?
A couple things. I don't know if I mentioned this last month or not, but John Grass has been not promoted, but has been assigned the position of the new school resource officer. He will be taking those duties up in the end of, or the middle part of June, once Sergeant Schultz gets out of the schools. Officer Grass will be doing detective work during the summer, and then he'll be in the schools then starting in August. The one other thing I would like to encourage everybody is that obviously with the snowfall we had today, we want to remind everybody of the snow plowing event ordinance that we have, that if there's 2 inches more snow on the ground, you have got to keep your vehicles off the roadway until it's plowed curb to curb. We issued a very high number of tickets this morning. Obviously, I think people were caught unaware, but you got to keep an eye out for the weather. And the reason I bring it up is they're expecting Sunday through Monday a very large accumulation of snow. I've heard reports of maybe even 16 inches. So please try to keep your vehicles off the streets so that way you don't have to issue any tickets. Makes it much easier for us and obviously for Public Works to get the streets cleared.
Yes.
That's all I got.
I got one more thing. Thanks to good police work, we had a dumpster fire at Willow River School, and the police department were able to find 2 suspects. So.
Oh, good.
And I just sent a letter for restitution for that call today.
Good.
So
That's good. I like that.
Very good.
Okay, for informational items, we don't have any, but we do need to pick a date this month that will work because we need to do the capital budget 5-year plan. And Neil wants it yesterday, basically. So, and due to time constraints tonight, we thought we had plan commission. We didn't want to handle it tonight. So is there a date that will work or not work, or for anyone, Rich, or?
The only date would be the 19th. I wouldn't be able to make it on the 19th.
Okay.
First off, what time works best for everybody, I guess?
I think 6 o'clock is fine. I mean, the same thing. I should know if we wanted to try another Thursday, like next Thursday, the 21st.
next Thursday won't work for me.
And I don't have the city calendar on me. I should right here. Next Thursday won't work for you. Do you want to try and meet?
Well, I'm mistaken. I think that's the 28th. Yeah, the 28th is the Mabius meeting. 21st. Oh. 21st would work for me.
21st will work?
Yeah.
Okay, will that work for you?
As far as I know, it does for me.
Well, let's schedule the 21st, and I'll send an email to John and hope that that works. All right, and I don't know if there's anything in chambers that night, but if there are, we can meet at the police department. Right?
It has to be an open meeting.
That's right. I forgot about that part.
That conference room there's only 3 entities, so one of the conference rooms, either the one over here.
Right,
Yeah.
one over there, right, if
Yep,
there's
we'll
somebody
meet at
going
a
on, yeah.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
I would doubt there are too many attend, but
I don't think there is anything here that night. I just don't have the calendar to notice, so. We'll say Thursday, the 21st at 6 o'clock. And then maybe Melanie, when we get that scheduled with Jan, send an email out to confirm which room, where we're at. Thank you.
Oh, wait a minute, maybe I can see if I can get on the internet.
Okay, you keep doing that while we go on to the other items for future agendas. I would like to have the updates on our outstanding tickets put back on, just kind of,
Outstanding parking tickets?
yeah, just to keep us on top of things.
Okay.
Anything else?
I have one. There's some developments with the auto aid agreement. Well,
Can't
say
talk
it.
about it now yet?
No, I know that.
Yeah,
So,
that's fine. Put that on. I just think it's funny because I thought it was done. Anything else, Marty, for next week? Month?
The only other thing up in the agenda is, I know it was supposed to be on this month, but Tom obviously was very busy, and I was we were talking about lighting at that crossing
Yes.
on
Oh, yeah.
Carmichael.
Yes.
We weren't able to come up with any information, so that's why it wasn't put on the agenda.
And let's put the siren on because it wasn't on this month because Kim couldn't be here.
All
So-
right. We're looking for the 21st. I do not see any meetings scheduled for the
Okay.
21st.
Okay, so hopefully council chambers are ours and we'll be good to go. All right, do we have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. We are adjourned. Thank you, everybody.